from your understanding, has there been any danger or have we been on the brink of any limited tactical nuclear weapons, or is this just a bluff in the pocket?
I don't think we're on the brink of any use of tactical nuclear weapons. I think the threat was useful for Mr. Putin, but I don't think that the use of tactical nuclear weapons at this point makes sense. The diplomatic impact, the economic impact, the global outrage of the use of nuclear weapons would outweigh any tactical advantage at this stage. That having been said, Mr. Putin can use nuclear weapons whenever he wants. If he were winning, he could have used them to say, look, I'm just going to finish this conflict really quickly, just like you Americans did in Japan in 1945. If he's losing, he can say, we're going to destroy everything that's left and you're not coming after us in Russia. He could use them whenever he wants. But I think in terms of the calculus, and he's still a pretty shrewd statesman. He's the most experienced global leader on the stage today. He still has excellent connections with governments all over the world. And he has personal relationships with many of these people. President Macron calls him frequently. He knows what the temperature, he knows you got to find a better way out than trying to blast your way out with nuclear weapons. So I think we're a long way from that. I do think there's some urgency, though, on the military side for the Ukrainians. They need to get this fighting done in Kherson and retake Crimea this year. And that's a matter of the West stepping up. And we've had real concerns. Germany has such a mixed historical legacy with respect to Ukraine and Eastern Europe. But the majority of the German people are not supporting Chancellor Scholz and his reluctance to send weapons. They see the threat. They want the threat pushed back. I don't think any of this goes into something like regime change against Putin. Nobody's talking in those terms. But you have to ask yourself, when this ends, this is a leader who started an aggressive war in the heart of Europe that's resulted in tens of thousands of deaths, 10 million displaced people and refugees, trillions of dollars of damage, disrupted and causing starvation elsewhere in the world. And he's guilty of the most heinous crimes of ethnic cleansing, taking children away from their parents, murdering people in these filtration camps. What are you going to do? Welcome him back at the United Nations and applaud when he gets up to speak? So I think we just haven't come to terms with that in the political system, John. And the longer this goes on, the more likely it is that the political system will come to terms with it, and the deeper Putin's losses. He needs to cut and run right away if he wants a chance of reintegration into the global community, in my view.